Good afternoon, friends. Today we are going to teach. I'm just going to teach computer organization, system organization. Last topic. Everything should be finished, and this is fourth term. First topic we discuss input output. Second topic we discuss type of printers. Third and fourth topic we discuss number system and number system part 1 2 and number system part 2, and this is the last topic. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. So computer, internet and intranet. Internet and intranet. Internet, it is a worldwide global system for interconnected computer networks. It uses the standard internet protocol TCP/IP, transmission control protocol, internet protocol. Every computer in internet is identified by a unique IP address. IP address is a unique set of numbers such as 110, 22, 33, 114, which identify a computer locations. The special computer DNS, domain name server, is used to provide a name to the IP address so that the user can locate a computer by a name. For example, DNS server will resolve name https www.google.com to a particular IP address to uniquely identify the computer on which this website is hosted. So this is the internet, and you can see that this is the laptop, network, wall, mobile, switch, hub, computer, and this is the wireless Wi-Fi. So this is the internet. Internet is accessible to every user all over the world. And now we'll talk intranet. Intranet is the system in which multiple PCs are connected to each other. PC in internet are not available to the world outside the internet usually. Each organization has its own intranet network, and members employee of that organization can access the computer in their intranet. Intranet is the private authorization. A company can access, company employee only access the things. Each computer is intranet is also identified by an IP address which is unique among the computers in that intranet. Similarities between internet and intranet. Internet uses the internet protocol such as TCP/IP and FTP. Our internet sites are accessible via the web browser in a similar way as a website in the internet. However, only members of internet network can access intranet hosted site. In intranet, one instant messenger can be used as a similar to Yahoo Messenger, Google Talk over the internet. Differences between internet and intranet. Internet is a general to PC all over the world, whereas intranet is specific to few PC. Internet provide a wider and better access to website to a large population, whereas intranet is a restricted. Internet is not as safe as intranet. Internet can be safely prioritized as per the need. This is the difference between intranet and internet. So now we will discuss very important topic: mobile system organizations. We are having different types of mobiles: Windows mobile, Mac system mobile, Android mobiles. So these are the just I explain all the things regarding mobile systems, so you can analyze what is the mobile mean of the system, manage the things in this. So guys, mobile system organization. Mobile operating system, also called a mobile OS, is an operating system that is specifically designed to run on mobile devices such as mobile phones, smartphones, PDA, tablet, computers, and other handheld devices. So guys, just look at the things. This this is the diagram of mobile system organization. So just I highlight the each and our CPU is the mobile system, main memory, GPU, graphical processing unit, application processor, communication processor, runtime system, middleware, external storage. Okay, SIM card and transmitter and receiver, and radio signal management. And you can say that either a GPS system, display, touch screen, keyboard, camera, microphone, speaker, touch sensitive interface, audio system, DAC, ADC, digital analog, audio digital, and codec. So battery management. So these are the mobile system organization chart, and you can see that easily. This is the whole mobile system organization chart we can use to mobile. How can it be performs? So getting okay. So now I just large again. Okay. So a mobile processor. A mobile processor is found in mobile computers and cell phones. A CPU chip is designed by a portable computers. Mobile processor, three units. There are 3 units in mobile processor. You can see that. I'm just showing you. Application processing unit, APU. It is responsible for controlling and governing the entire set of tasks. APU, it is responsible for controlling, governing the entire set of tasks and execution the tasks placed inside a mobile system. Another one is GPU, graphics processing unit. Graphical and visual data, so is responsible for such things as rendering web pages and gameplay. Now another with CPU, communication processing unit, that control the cell making and receiving mechanism on a smartphone. A mobile phone composes digital signal processor that coordinates with transceiver and receivers, and audio subsystem. So radio signal management unit, this is responsible for SIM, subscriber identity modules, 3G and 4G signals. Now audio subsystem, convert the voice signals analog to digital. And DAC, digital to analog converter, converts digital to signal to into analog audio signals. Now ADC, analog to digital converter, convert analog audio signal received from the person. Now SoC, system on a chip. SoC equals to क्या होता है, CPU plus GPU plus display processor plus radio signal processor plus video processor. These all our combination is SoC, system on a chip. Now camera ISP, camera, that means image signal processor. Camera ISP, that means image signal processor, provides image processing interface, high resolution support, image stabilizations. Display unit provides interactive screen and touch sensors. Memory unit, RAM and ROM. Power management, battery capacity in mAh, milliampere hours. mAh that means milliampere hours. So now next topic is cloud computing. Now mobile operating system and mobile system organization done. Now we'll talk cloud computing. Okay. Cloud computing is the delivery of computing services including servers, storage, databases, networking, softwares, analytic and intelligence over the internet, the cloud to offer faster innovation, flexible resources and economies of scales. You typically pay only for cloud services you use, helping lower use operating costs, run your infrastructures more efficiently and scale as your business need change. Now top benefits of cloud computing. Cloud computing is a big shift from the traditional way business thinks about its resources. Here are 7 common reasons organization are turning to cloud computing services. Cost. 7 reasons I am just telling common. First one is cost. Cloud computing eliminates the capital expense of the buying hardware and software and setting up and running on site data centers. So first क्या cloud computing eliminate the capital expenses of buying hardware and software and setting up and running on site data centers. The racks of servers, thus around the clock electricity for power and cooling, the IT experts for managing the infrastructure, it's add up the fast. Now second common reason is speed. Most cloud computing services are provided self-service and on demand. So even vast amount of computing resources can be provisioned in minutes, typically with just a few mouse clicks, giving a businesses a lot of flexibility and taking the pressures of capacity planning. Now another one is global scale. The benefit of cloud computing services include the ability to scale elastically. The benefit of cloud computing services include the ability to scale elastically in cloud space. That means delivering the right amount of IT resources. For example, more or less computing power, storage, bandwidth, right when it is needed and from the right geographic locations. And next one is productivity. On-site data centers typically require a lot of racking and stacking hardware setup. On-site data center typically require a lot of racking and stacking hardware setup, software patching and other time consuming IT management course. Cloud computing removes the need for many of these tasks, so IT teams can spend time on achieving more important business goals. Next one is performance. The biggest cloud computing services run on a worldwide network of secure data centers. So performance में बात करें तो the biggest cloud computing services run on a worldwide network of secure data centers which are regularly upgraded to the latest generation of fast and efficient computing hardware. This offers several benefits over a single corporate data center, including reduced network latency for application and greater economies of scales. Now reliability. Cloud computing makes data backup, disaster recovery and business continuity. Reliability, that means the cloud computing makes a data backup, disaster recovery and business continuity easier and less expensive because data can be mirrored at multiple redundant sites on the cloud provider networks. Now next one is security. Many cloud providers offer a broad set of policies, technologies, and control that strengthen your security posture overall. So helping protect your data, apps, and infrastructure from the potential threats. Now T language processor, a similar compiler and so only computer language processor we just talk, assembler, compiler, and interpreter. Language processor will talk. Assembly language is a machine dependent yet mnemonics that are being used to represent instructions and it are not directly understandable by machine, and high level language is machine independent. A compiler understands the instructions in machine code in the form of zeros and one. It is a tedious task to write a computer program directly in a machine code. The programs are written mostly in high level language like C, Java, Python, etc. And these all are code. It's called a source code. These source code cannot be executed directly by the computer and must be converted into the machine language to execute it. So hence a special translator system software is used to translate the program written in a high level language into the machine code is called a language processor, and the program after translate into the machine code, object program, and object code. So the language processor can be any of the following three types. Compiler, the language processor that reads the complete source program written in high level language as a whole in Go and language as a whole, translate it into an equivalent program in machine language. It's called a computer. It's called a compiler. You can see the examples. In a compiler, the source code is translated to object code successfully if it is free of error. The compiler specifies the error at the end of the compilation with the line number. When there are any error in the source code, the error must be removed before the compiler can successfully recompile the source code again. Just as a high level compiler and object is object code machine language. If it is in failure, that compiler return the source code to high level. Now assembler. The assembler is used to translate the program written in assembly language into a machine code. The source program is an input of assembler that contains assembly language instruction. The output generated by assembler is the object code or machine code understandable by the computer. Source code, assembler. Now interpreter. The translation of single statement of source code program into a machine code is done by a language processor and execute it immediately before moving on to the next line is called an interpreter. If there is an error in the statement, the interpreter terminates its translating process at that statement and display an error message. The interpreter moves on to the next line for execution only after removal of the error. An interpreter directly executes instructions written in a programming or scripting language without previously converting them to an object code or machine code. Example: Perl, Python, and MATLAB. Now differentiate between compiler and interpreter. Okay, a compiler is a program which convert the entire source code of a programming language into a executable machine code for CPU. Interpreter takes the source program and run it line by line, translating each line as it comes to it. Compiler takes large amount of time to analyze the entire source code, but overall execution time of the program is comparatively faster. Interpreter takes less amount of time to the analyze of source code, but the overall execution time of the program is slower. And another is compiler generates the error message only after, and its debugging is easier to continues. And compiler and interpreter scanning the whole program, so debugging is comparatively hard as the error can be present anywhere in the program. An interpreter translating the program until the error is made. generate intermediate object codes. No intermediate object code is generated. Example C, C++, Java, and example Python and Perl. So guys, our computer system organization chapter has been completely done. This chapter completely used for 11, 12, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 BCA, MCA. It is very useful to all classes and all the things has been done. And आपका जो कोड पार्ट है वो आप जो पार्ट है वो देख सकते हैं, डिवाइड कर दिया है. नंबर सिस्टम सभी में है, कंप्यूटर सिस्टम सभी में है, इनपुट आउटपुट डिवाइस सभी में, हर चीज़ ब्रीफली समझाई गई है. तो प्लीज़ वॉच, लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब माई चैनल. थैंक यू. हैव अ नाइस डे.